So this is why I love last fit LEDs. First off, those are bright AF. Second off, these are bright AF, and look at that switchback. So crisp, so crisp. This one doesn't work because my wiring's fucked up, but now I actually have a reason to fix it. But last fit, last fit, last fit, last fit. That's OEM garbage. Last fit, last fit, last fit, last fit, last fit, the world, baby. So that's gonna be everything I do today. I might take my pigtails off for my turn signals and kind of clean them and see if I can get them to work. But I do have one more thing quick to say, and that is I picked up another sponsor, and that is gonna be Mishimoto. So I applied for their sponsorship for Team Mishi, and I got it. Currently using their oil cooler, which you can't really see because of the low light in here. But I love their products. I've used their products for a long time, and I finally felt confident enough, you know, to apply for their sponsorship and got it. So I'll be getting a banner for that, and a welcome package and all that. So that's gonna be super exciting. All right, so let's check all this stuff out. I got radiator, the fan shroud, let's see, I got the silicone hoses, and then the coolant overflow, and then I also got the noise generator delete. So let's open up, I think this is the sponsored package. See what they all give me. This guy. What's this? There we go. Oh, we got a Mishimoto swag bag. Let's check it out. Actually, I'll open that off camera. That's gonna be tricky. What is this? Oh, it's my invoice. Then we've got the noise generator delete kit. That'll be nice. Throw that in. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. So I got this open. Let's just dump it on the trunk. Just scratch it all up, all nice like. Let's see. Nothing else. We got a lanyard, very nice. Gonna put some keys on there. Don't know what keys yet. We got a sweet penguin air freshener koozie. It'll keep my beer nice and cold. We've got a couple pamphlets here. I'll read these. Got a couple of small stickers, and we've got paper, which I'm not going to show just in case it's something about the sponsorship, which it doesn't look like it is. But yeah, we got some stickers. We got the air freshener, can koozie, a couple of things here, and this cool bag, which I could use for putting parts in. Super excited to get all this stuff on. Don't know if I'll start anything today. I might just pop my hood and look at it and then realize I'm too lazy to put it all in. So, yep. So far I have just like the intake out, except for this piece here. I gotta take this out yet. But this is how the sound generator works. So basically you put the little rubber condom looking thing on this part that goes onto the air box here, or the intake tube here. And then the silver plug is for the bottom. There's that little box that sits there. So that's how you get rid of that guy. We've got the piece in here. I'm just gonna leave the hole where it goes into the firewall, just because I have my wires running through for like my hitch wiring, my oil pressure gauge, my oil temperature gauge. So I'm just gonna leave it open. I might be able to find like a PEX fitting that'll fit in there. I do plumbing, so I could probably find a PEX fitting that'll fit in there pretty easily. But now I just have to finish taking the intake off. I just got like the, I don't know, this would be like the air inlet tube or something, whatever it'd be called. So I gotta get that out of there. Then I have to take the upper core support off, which is gonna be these bolts, and then the hood latch bolts. And then I just have to drain everything down, take the hoses off from the block, which should be pretty easy. And yeah, that's about it. Then I can pull the radiator out and put the new one in. This would look so much better if I didn't have a air conditioner condenser. It's tempting if I want to do a delete or not. Although air conditioning is so nice, I'm sitting at the track waiting in line, but we'll see. I was also thinking about maybe throwing these pulleys on. I have a couple of pulleys, racing pulleys, but I don't have a new belt yet, so I think I'm gonna wait on that and do that this winter like I originally planned. Now that I think about it, it's a good idea. Alright, core support's out. I forgot the 2 bolts in the bottom. Gotta undo those 2. They sit right here, and then the 4 here. So now, tomorrow, all I have to do is jack the car up, pop the drain bolt on the bottom of the radiator, drain it down, and oh, I need a thing, a mount. Actually, I may have put this somewhere because I think this broke, but I believe the rubber piece was still in there, and I kept it somewhere. Otherwise, I need to order a new one, and I don't really want to wait for parts. But I'm definitely not going to run this radiator without it. Shoot. Hopefully I have that. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for today. Gonna go do some other things. Feeling lazy. Don't really feel like working on it anymore. So, gotta do some grocery shopping. So, now I've got the coolant draining. Pro tip, if you use the Mishimoto overflow tube, you can stick that right on your radiator and not make a huge mess. Got the cap off up here, the fill cap, so I got it draining, and then once this is full, I'll switch to the other one. This is brand new coolant that I put in here, so I don't really want to replace it again because that stuff was expensive. So now I'm gonna look around my shop while this is draining and see if I can find the other bushing. So this one's missing and this one's here, so I have to try and find the other one. I'm really hoping I didn't throw it away or something stupid, but I don't know. I guess I'll look around, see if I can find it. So I do not have that bushing anywhere. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and make something work. I don't know if I could take one of the ones from over here and maybe like drill it or something to fit the radiator, but I don't know, we'll figure something out. But this is still draining here. I gotta switch the container soon, but I'm gonna start putting this stuff together. So I'm guessing this is to, you know, keep the fan shroud from rubbing on the radiator too much. Didn't really look at instructions. Who looks at instructions? Naibu. But I'm gonna slap that stuff on there and then get that mounted up, get the overflow mounted up, and then by the time this is drained, I should be ready to put the new stuff in. So, got the fan shroud out, the overflow out. I've got the filler neck here just disconnected. I just have to take the hose off the top, and then I'm gonna take this top hose off the bottom here, and then pull the radiator out, but I believe this is still slowly dripping. It is. So I'll let that drip a little bit. Yeah, all I gotta do now is just replace the hoses, and replace the radiator. It's crazy. Look at the thickness of this radiator versus the thickness of this radiator. Also, I got this stuff all together. I've got the fan shroud on with that stuff in between to keep it from, you know, hitting too much. I think I'm just going to use like a MPC dress up bolt to keep the radiator on, because I want this to look as nice as possible. Got those guys on there. On the bottom I have just the normal Mishimoto supplied bolts, just because it doesn't really matter what those look like because you're not going to see those. But now I'm just going to slap these guys in here like this, and this is going to be what holds my radiator shroud on. So everything's in. Putting the radiator in was easy. Getting the shroud on there is pretty easy. Only issue I had was because I had a bird with my condenser, and my condenser was all bent to hell. So I had to bend that. That was kind of sketchy. I was waiting for it to explode all over my face. And then also the overflow was kind of a pain to get in there, because with how thick the radiator is, and then the fan shroud, and then the overflow, it was actually hitting the block. And let's see if I can show it now. It's still pretty close, but you know, it's not quite up against the block. So basically all I did is I drilled a hole in the plate that they gave with the kit, and then made it sit further back like this, you know, like maybe half an inch or so, but got it up to temp. I also used all the coolant I had, and I didn't even have enough to completely fill the overflow, which if you see, it doesn't even look like there's anything in there because there's so little in there. So I have to order more coolant as well, and have to wait for that to get here. So I'm probably gonna wait to slide around until I have extra coolant, just because I want to play it safe. But yeah, that was the Mishimoto install. That was cool. Lots of awesome parts. I got, you know, fancy dress-up hardware on again. I plan on ordering the whole kit this winter, but you know, for now I just wanted a couple little washers in there. All right, guys. So now with the radiator installed and everything, it's time to make some more power. And I'm just gonna be doing an E85. Oh, she's got me. Oh, she don't got me. Where's the unlock? Now she got me. I just got a E85 tune on an open flash tablet, so I'm pretty low on fuel. So I'm just gonna drive around until I get the fuel light coming on, and then I'm gonna stop at a gas station that has E85, fill up, then I'm just gonna watch the fuel trims and then tune it for E85. And then there's a couple other things I gotta do to make sure the ECU learns better. But then I'll be running E85, making more power. All right, so fuel light is on, and we are gonna pump some E85 in this thing. Let's get that fuel door popped. All right, guys, so I have the E85 tune on. Basically what I had to do is fill up with the E85, leave the gas tune on, drive around until the fuel trim started to rise, and then I just had to pull over, flash the new tune, and then now I just got to drive around for like 10 to 20 miles at low RPM, taking it easy until the fuel trims start to stabilize. And once they stabilize, then you do a couple pulls, and then after that, you know, the tune's good to go and you're good to drive the car normally. So I'm gonna do some normal driving, go get some food, and then hopefully by then the fuel trim stabilized, and then I can do some pulls and then get the tune worked in. So it's the day after that event. I only went out there for a couple hours. I slid for probably an hour, hour and a half. I got my rears changed. The old tires were pretty junked. Here's one of them. So I just brought my other tires, had them do the tires there. So I got good burners on, and then the wheels that were in the front, the tires on those were junk. They were so worn, they had zero grip. So I threw my old rears on. I have to just get these flipped because these are getting kind of worn on the inside because I, you know, slid a couple of vents on them. So I'm gonna get those flipped, and then these are gonna be my new steer tires. I like the 205 40s better than the 215 45s, so I'm gonna just switch those. And then in the back, I'm gonna run the same 205 40 just on these wheels, and then I'm just gonna get two more 205 40s for the other SSRs. And I'm just gonna use those for like driving to the event, and then use these to slide on. So now I just have to, you know, empty my car and all that stuff, all the good stuff. And we'll continue next time if I do some more awesome things. Not sure what's gonna be next, but E85 was awesome. I had so much power, even with the brand new tires. I was able to spin them super easy. I didn't have, you know, any bogging issues or anything like that. Everything felt fantastic. But yeah. Well, I think that's where I'm gonna end this video, this quick little random video of like E85 and Mishimoto parts and stuff like that. Leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one with Flip Tires.